もしもあの虹を渡れるならば、私は虹の橋越えて行きたい。遠く知らない街まで行って幸せの歌を覚えてきたい。雨上がり雨だれが歌ってる窓の外、森を越え谷を越えどこへ行く虹よ、いつでも夢を見る。知らない街と私のことを待ってる人。
Today we will present The Little Pesate.
Let us first place ourselves in a village, like any other, where there are many peasants, many animals, cows, sheep, hares, and much more. Inside a village, so there was a man, a very poor peasant. This because all the peasants of the village were rich and had enough animals and money to keep them. One day, he came up with this wife, built a cow in wood, painting it, and thus go unnoticed in front of the other peasants. After a few days, they did, and the cow was left in the care of another peasant. They made it in such a way that he always eating, so that they would not detail ill. One day the same peasant made her loose so that he could blame the caretaker of incompetent and who had let her loose. In view of that, the caretaker or the other peasant gave her another cow, but this time real, in compensation for the loss. The peasant lady accepted her, took her home, but realized that she had no land or money to keep her. So he decided to kill her so he could sell his skin in the center of the town. He was traveling with the animal's skin when it started raining and a terrible storm began. In view of that, he decided to take refuge in a mill where a woman was. The peasant kindly asked the woman for shelter and at the storm passed. The woman told her yes, and offered her bread and cheese. However, she was not alone. She was with a parish priest, and that's why they offered to feast on roast beef, salad, cakes, and wine. That's because the husband wasn't there. At one point, the lady's husband came and had to hide everything. The wine he ate under the pillow, the roasted meat on the tiled stove, the salad in bed, the cakes in bed, and the parish priest in the closet. The husband came in and saw the peasant. Realizing his presence, asked what he was carrying in that skin, so which he replied that he was carrying a fortune teller. He actually had a bird that had sat next to him. To provide it told him that he would tell him 5 things, 4 of good and 1 of bad. Told him where all the food was hiding. But the 5th was that the devil was hiding inside the closet before he said so. He told him that the cost was 300 thalers, and the miller agreed. Living there with a lot of money, he returned to home, built a house, and everyone was envious, all because of the skin. After that, he was taken to the majors, but they released his lie. So he was sentenced to death. But before he had to witness a mass for his soul, the death penalty was to roll up the river into a closed barrel with holes for him to sink and drown. The peasant convinced the priest, who was the same as the mill, that the only way to be mayor is to throw himself into the barrel. The convinced priest did, but people did not know. Everyone thought he was the peasant. He took the advantage that the priest was not alive to take all his flock and take it home. At the time his neighbors say the peasant and were surprised and believed that he had managed to survive, the peasant told them no, that all he did was take chips from many that were there in the river. Everyone was convinced by this and decided to go into the river and these barrels, not realizing that they would die. The whole town died, and being the only heir, he became a rich man.